Okay, there we go. Took a while for it to get in there. Oh, my trading view's lagging. All right, I'm long inside of this fair value gap. Looking to take a small partial above this high, small partial at the new week opening gap, and if I can get it, the midnight opening price will be my terminus. This fair value gap, I like to see us get above it, use it as support, treat it as an inversion level. Does the winning / no losing streak continue? Whoops, my bad. I like how we've taken out the sell side. I like how these fair value gaps stayed open. To me, that's bullish. That faded gray line here, that's an old weekly high. So when we stab down beneath that, that's also liquidity. And then we have overlapping of new week opening gaps. And then, of course, we're beneath the midnight open. Using a little bit of lower leverage, 1% for me is around $600 or so. But it is the day after Christmas, so I'm cutting back on my risk just a little bit, just a tad, by like $200 or whatever. If we can displace above this down close candle, I'll move my risk to break even because I treat that as a bullish order block. And should I move my stop to break even, it'll be beneath that down close candle. But I want to see us leave a little bit. Right now we're trading at consequent encroachment of that daily fair value gap. Remember, I'm bullish on the daily chart. I'm expecting new all-time highs. I want to see us work the upper half of that, use it as support on a daily basis. Paper trading this with you. That's what's up. Not worried about my stop. I'm not moving it to break even because it was Tuesday. Tuesday we traded and I moved my stop to break even a little aggressively twice. Got stopped out at break even twice and then price ran to my target. So I'm not going to be as in a hurry, but if we do get displacement to the upside, then I'll trail it just a little bit. I like the bodies right there stopping at the high of the new week opening gap and at the low of that inversion fair value gap. I'm so ready for 2025. I'm so ready. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great year. 2024 is my first year on YouTube, and it's been a lot of fun. But we're just getting started. Got a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to accomplish. It's going to be a great year for sure. NASDAQ still hasn't given me that closure above that inversion fair value gap that I like to see. We're trading back down inside of this one here. And then again, I'm watching this order block, these two down close candles. But what I like to see is get a closure above this SIBI, next candle open, trade down, use it as support. We wicked above it, but haven't got the signature that I like to see. Trading back beneath the 830 open. Looks like I might get stopped. $15-minute or the 5-minute chart is looking really heavy. Constant encroachment of our new week opening gap. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. There's a lot of wick action going on. And again, day after a bank holiday is a caution day, so using lower leverage. Even the hourly chart's a little wonky looking. That SIBI is like the last line of defense. Obviously, my stop loss is beneath that. This is what I'm looking at. IOFED is institutional order flow entry drill. It's just a partial entry in a fair value gap that doesn't reach consequent encroachment. That's how ICT defines it. It's like something like this here. Yeah, this fair value gap. This candle trades down into it, doesn't reach consequent encroachment. That's institutional order flow entry drill. That's all it is. It's just a fair value gap entry, but it's a small little like stab in there, and then it runs. No problem. John Wick Day. No, I was watching, we didn't finish it, so don't spoil it, but I was watching, I forgot the movie. On Netflix. It's a new movie. It's about like this airport dude, and he has like this guy talking in his ear, telling him what to do. It's with Jason Bateman in it, I think is his name. Somebody gotta know what I'm talking about. but I'm like halfway through it. We fell asleep through it. Carry On, yeah. That movie's cold by the looks of it. We're like halfway through it. Yeah, that movie's tough. Jason Bateman, anything Jason Bateman in, like whatever movie he's in, he kills the role. Because I finished Ozark on Netflix, and he killed that. Like, any movie he's in, he be going crazy. You didn't like it? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I didn't finish it, but so far, like, because we watched it late. It was like 2 in the morning, and we fell asleep, but that movie looks cold, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, no. Jason and Leonardo are my two favorite actors. Like, they don't have bad movies, rarely. So I'm sitting a little bit of drawdown. Price traded down to that inversion fair value gap. Again, I'm using lower leverage, so I'm just reading the chat until price either takes out this short-term high. If we do that, I prefer to see a lot of speed above it. If I get stopped out, it's no big deal. We'll just tape read the rest. I thought it was a great movie. I haven't finished it, but by the looks of it so far, we're like 45 minutes in. That movie looks tough. Since it's still respecting the first presented, do you ever cut? No. I don't really care for cutting my trades early because the risk is already managed. And technically, I've already like reduced my risk by risking less. I was considering buying 8 contracts, but I switched it to 7 because it's the day after bank holiday. And I'm following my trading plan. The day after a holiday is a caution day for me, so I'm not really worried about my stop because I've already done my job of making sure I'm keeping risk at bay, so I could, I really don't care. I care about the money. I care about the funds, but I don't care about cutting the trade early because I've already did my part. But we're spending way too much time in drawdown than I like, obviously. I'm watching this wick, just looking at any discount PD arrays that could send us higher if we're still bullish. But this little consolidation near my entry break lower, and I've been sitting in drawdown, respecting the inversion fair value gap, but Nasdaq isn't giving me a strong willingness to move. In the 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart is questionable. 5-minute chart, yeah. Hourly chart is still kind of debatable. So just real for me, We're spending too much time here. It's spending way too much time. But no, I'm not cutting it. I'm gonna hold. What's another good movie on Netflix? We've watched there's this other one. It's about this blind girl. She's blind, and these guys are like breaking into a house, and like I can't. But she was like a skier. I forget the name, but that was pretty good too. That one was unrealistic, but it was a good movie. Helen Keller, is that what it is? I don't remember. My girl picked it up. But that one was like, if you're blind and 3 guys are breaking into your house trying to kill you, you're not surviving like that. And then she's using the phone FaceTime call to like guide the gun and all that. Like, come on, like that's just not happening. But it was still pretty dope. Union Moms, what? 6888. Huh, 6888. I'll Google it. So at this point, NASDAQ can stop me out or start running. I haven't sat in drawdown this long in a minute. It's moving too slow. Morning, Unicorn Queen. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you had a great Christmas, a restful Christmas. Too dark. Tyler Perry movie, Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington. You should make like an ICT encyclopedia in the Discord. I'm gonna send out that questionnaire and everything with feedback. Just type it in there. It's gonna be anonymous, so like you're not gonna be able to put your username and all that. But I'm gonna send that out this week, and then I'm gonna read through all the feedback, all the things that people want to see added, and then if I like it, I'll throw it in there for 2025. So just keep a lookout, but all your suggestions. I think they have something like that, like ChatGPT. They have like something where you could type in like an ICT concept and it'll teach it to you. I don't really believe in that stuff. Like, I think if you really want the best ICT stuff, you just go to his channel. It's gonna be like, you may have to search and like watch those long videos, but I mean, he does that on purpose. Like, it is what it is. ICT index, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I never used it, but I've heard about it. You know, it never hurts to just get it from the actual source, though. ChatGPT is my friend in college. ChatGPT, Quizlet, Course Hero. I had a little Chegg membership one time for like a month. What else? There's this website called Homeworkify, but they got taken down. You could like plug in the little Chegg link and then Homeworkify. It would like unblur the Chegg. Man, I was doing whatever I could. This is the longest time I sat in drawdown. It's taken a long time to do whatever it is it wants to do. It's staying above that inversion fair value gap, which is nice, but the candle ranges are small. Again, it is the day after Christmas, and we don't have any other news drivers for the week, so it's not like I'm expecting much, but if it's going to stop me out, stop me out. Otherwise, it can get moving. But risk comes off if we take out this high. If we manage to take out that high, I'll take off my risk. But we're trading right back inside this original consolidation. These equal highs are a little too clean as well. But we haven't got a clean displacement, fair value gap, and then displacement, stay bullish, stay strong. Stop loss is getting trailed underneath this down close candle. This candle's low comes in at, what is that, 27.50. 27, that's fine. So I'm risking 0.5%. I'm gonna market these orders should they get tagged because I want to see if we blast through it and if I could time it. Stop loss comes in, trailing my stop up. We had this fair value gap. We had a consolidation, inefficiency. I'm expecting that fair value gap ideally to stay open. So my stop loss is being trailed underneath this candle's low, which comes in at 37.50. So, wait, did I say that right? 37.50. So trimming off a nice chunk right there. So now I'm risking about 0.25%. I really like that. And again, I don't want to do what I do or what I did Tuesday, which was trail my stop too tight and then 2 attempts at break even before it runs. So I'm watching this here. If we leave it open, that's even better. Definitely don't want to see this fair value gap traded to, but we open, trade down, consequent encroachment of that daily fair value gap. I'm watching this fair value gap. If we could leave that open, or at least the lower half, that's telling me that I'm really on side. Again, should we take out this high, I'll take off a small partial. I'll just do 7. I want to see a little bit more displacement. You could move your stop to break even, expecting this fair value gap not to be repriced in all the way to the low. But again, I've already done a nice job of trimming my risk from a little under like 0.8% to about 0.25%. And I don't feel like getting stopped at break even and looking for a re-entry, so I want to see us take out the buy side, and then I'll be more interested in moving my stop. I saw people in the chat room asking about this earlier. But this is your first fair value gap after 9:30. Right there. All right, risk removed. We have the first presented fair value gap that I like to be used as support if we get a retracement. And then just beneath that, we have this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency that I like to see be used as support if we trade down into it. And then overlapping with that, if you look to the left, we have this fair value gap here. Should we trade down into it, I'll be expecting that to be used as an inversion fair value gap. So that's 3 PD arrays. A lot of people talk about the 3 PD array rule, meaning if 3 PD arrays get violated, you're probably going to get caught offside. So we have the first presented inversion fair value gap, and then this fair value gap here, and my stop loss is now moved to break even, and it's beneath all 3 of those. Now just letting it run. First presented, and it's not outlined, but I'm also watching this fair value gap. You also have a little breaker, this long wick. You have a low, high, lower low. So I'm watching this entire up close candle. So my stop loss is beneath all that. If NASDAQ does a deeper retracement back to the new week opening gap, then I would be questionable in higher prices, because in my opinion, if it's bullish, if we're really strong, we need to work higher from here and not feel the need to come down to this fair value gap or back into this range here. So I'm looking for support here. And then a small partial will come off above the buy side. As far as my model, okay, buying beneath the midnight opening price, taking a partial at buy side, taking a partial at new week opening gap, and then leaving a possible runner for that midnight open. Okay, those are the rules of the model. It's very specific. 3, 4, 5. Trailing my stop loss a little bit. The P&L looks good in the thumbnail. Just YouTube things. So it's 10:30, expecting a little bit of speed here. The first few minutes before and after 10:30 usually brings a bit of a volatility injection, whether or not you have a news driver. So looking for speed above that buy side, simply given the fact using the time element. I still like how we didn't leave, or I'm liking how we didn't trade down to this fair value gap. The fact that this one is staying open and this one is staying open, that's telling me that I'm really on side, because it doesn't even have the willingness to spend time trading into those inefficiencies as of right now. Now I'm watching this down close candle. I want to see if we stay above upper half, which is mean threshold. We're already digging into it, but if you take the high of that candle to the low, I'm watching to see, can we stay in the upper half, use it as support. If we're bullish, you shouldn't trade down to the lower half of order blocks. So we open and trade down. So far, haven't traded beneath midpoint. Buy side's the focus. And if you zoom left, you have relative equal highs as well. So it's not just that singular high. Working the order block. I'm watching the opening price, see if that can spike us up into the buy side. We're just a few handles away from that. Yeah, don't chase it. Don't. If you didn't, don't FOMO in the trade if you didn't get in. Don't do anything reckless. Again, it's the day after a bank holiday, so you don't want to do anything like, even I'm using half risk, so don't. If you didn't get in, don't try to, don't do anything that you'll regret later. We have a long year ahead of us, 2025, a long, long year, so. Price is stalling. These candles are really small little dojis. Stop loss is staying where it's at until we possibly take out the buy side. It's in profit, commissions and whatnot. I have about 6 handles or so locked in, so that's enough to cover commissions and fees and all the costs associated with putting on a trade. All of that is taken care of, so. I still have midpoint of this order block outlined. I'm watching if we stay above it. So far, I hadn't tapped it, which is nice. As long as we stay in the upper half of that, longs are still favorable in my opinion. But the moment we start breaching midpoint of any discount PD arrays, especially multiple PD arrays, then that's when you might want to consider taking partial, scaling out, maybe taking off your risk and whatnot. Did Mama Trace get her perfume? I got her the perfume. She said she wanted perfume or a robe. I feel like she said that because the perfume was like $100 and the robe, you can get a robe for like $15. So she wanted to feel like she was asking for too much. But I did get her the Giorgio Armani perfume and I forgot to bring it to her. It's literally still sitting here in the apartment. Like, I'll be forgetting stuff all the time. And it's just, so I got her the perfume. I wrapped it, has a little bow on it and everything. But she hasn't gotten it. I know Tim, I know. But, and she lives like almost an hour away from me, so I don't know when I'm gonna drop it off over there. And I'm leaving for San Antonio tomorrow, so. I know, man, I know. Excuse me. I didn't forget about Mama. It's just I forgot to like bring it with me. Oh, trust me. I take good care of my mom. Trust me. Like I be sending her $100 for her nails every now and then. Me and her out to eat to this restaurant called Whiskey Cake. I'll be treating her to dinner. I'll just like go over there, hang out, spend time with her, and I'll just give her like 50, $100 just for like go get you dinner, go like get your nails done. She loves getting her nails done. So there's the buy side, partial booked. And I'm gonna clear some of this off. Trailing my stop underneath this down close candle. Actually, I'm not worried about it. That's trailing my stop underneath here. That's, I mean, 11 handles, 4 contracts. That's 8 times 11. That's like $88. That's good Christmas money. Never mind, I lied. This candle's low comes in at 970. There you go. So stop loss is beneath this down close candle. We have an old new day, or this is a new week opening gap, taking a partial there as well. A stop loss is sitting beneath relative equal lows, which is something I don't like. All right, and there's your stop out in profit. But love y'all. This was fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9:30 for our last stream of 2024. All right, peace.